Hello everyone, welcome back to Catherine's Plates. If you're new, it is so good to have you here today. I'm going to show everybody how to make a delicious, very easy strawberry upside down cake. With strawberries coming out in an abundance for the summer, why not start it off with this recipe here? Grab you some fresh strawberries and let's put this one together. First thing we're going to do is get that strawberry upside down part of this cake put together. We're going to be using 1 pound of fresh strawberries. You're going to rinse these off in your sink, get them nice and clean. And what we're going to do is take the strawberries, we're going to cut off the tops. And then we're just going to cut them into 3 pieces. Just slice them. Big slices, you want big pieces here. And then just put them in a medium bowl. Who's ready for strawberry season? Now if you have small strawberries, you can just cut those in half. It's going to be very tempting to eat these strawberries along the way because they're so fresh and juicy. Let's see. What a delicious cake to make for Mother's Day, potlucks, picnics, anytime you want to do something with strawberries. To the strawberries, we're going to add 2 tablespoons white granulated sugar, and then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And that will aid in the thickener. Now just take a small utensil and just stir this all around until the strawberries are coated with the sugar and the cornstarch. Make sure you go down to the bottom. Get it all good. Okay, they look like they're all coated. We're going to go ahead and set these aside for just a minute. What we're going to do now is take a 9-inch cake pan and we're going to prepare it. I'm going to be using some parchment paper. The first thing we're going to do though is just take some cooking spray. Now this one has flour in it and we are going to spray the bottom and the sides of our baking pan here. Just like that. Now because the strawberries are going to be on the bottom, making this the upside down part here, we are going to take some parchment paper. I'm going to cut a circle out and place that in the bottom here. That will really help in getting the strawberries from sticking to your pan after the cake is cooked. So just take your piece of parchment paper and just kind of fold it in half. And then we're going to fold it in half again. And just keep doing that until we get a cone shape. So just bring it over. And then we'll do it one more time. Okay, so we're just going to take our pan and I'm going to estimate about the center point right here and then just kind of, crease it. And then we're going to take our scissors and just kind of cut a little moon shape there. And we're going to spread it out. It's going to look like a coffee filter, like that. And then just place that right in the center. And what's good about having sprayed the bottom is it will hold the parchment paper in the bottom. I'm just going to take a little bit extra spray and spray the parchment. We're going to make sure this thing is covered. We want to make sure that the strawberries come out at the end. Take your strawberries that we've coated with the sugar and the cornstarch, and we're going to place them into the pan that we've prepared. All on the bottom. Get all that goodness out of there. Evenly spread. So it's one layer. They'll fit. All right, we're going to set this aside and then we're going to make the cake batter. Okay, to get started, we've got 6 simple ingredients that you can just pull right out of your pantry or refrigerator. We're going to start with a medium to large size bowl. We're going to be using an electric hand mixer today with just 2 regular beaters. You can even use a stand mixer if you want to use that. We're just going to do a medium-high speed. First thing we're going to do is add 1 stick or half a cup of very, very soft butter. To that, we're going to add 1/3 cup of white granulated sugar. So we're going to beat this for about 5 minutes until it's nice and light and fluffy. Go in with a spatula every so often and just push down the sides. All right, that looks very light, very fluffy. What we're going to do now is crack 2 eggs in. These are large size, and I brought these to room temperature. If you bring them to room temperature, it will keep the cake from kind of seizing in on itself. So make it room temperature. That would be nice and fluffy cake. Now I'm going to beat them in one at a time. All right, just don't overmix, just until you get them combined. We're going to add in half a cup of milk, or half and half, which I have right here. And then we're going to add in some vanilla extract. I'm going to add in 1½ teaspoons. That'll give it a nice flavor. That's 1. And, well, a little over a half, so 1½. Okay, now with this recipe, it will look like it is curdling inside here, and that is totally fine. Once we get the flour added and incorporated, that will go away. But the little pieces of butter will melt in the cake and make little pockets of goodness. We're going to be using self-rising flour, and what that means is it already has the salt and baking powder in it. So we're going to be incorporating 1 2/3 cup of this flour into our mixture here, and I'm going to do it a little at a time. All I'm doing is putting my measuring spoon in, shaking off the excess. We're not packing it down, and then we're just going to add it to the mixture. Now as we add in the rest of the flour and we start incorporating that in, it's going to get to be a thick batter. So you want to make sure you ramp up your speed on your hand mixer here, but we just want to mix this until the flour is all in. Don't go over that amount. We just want to incorporate it. All right, kind of rides up your beaters here and get off all the excess. All right, now I'm just going to take my spatula here and just kind of make sure everything is mixed together. If you have any excess flour on the bottom, just push it into the batter. All right, that's it. All right, I find it easier to use a spoon to dollop this batter all over your strawberries. You use 2 spoons to help with that. So just place it on there and just kind of spread it out. And just kind of use one spoon to kind of hold it as you spread with the other one. And then just kind of evenly spread it. All right, I'm going to place my pan on a sheet pan that has a lip on it. All this will do is help keep any of the juices that come out of the cake here. If they kind of dribble over the edge of the pan, it'll go onto this pan and keep it out of your oven. Now you can put some foil on here if you like, or another piece of parchment paper, which I'm going to do. Let's clean up. Now you may not need it, but if you do, it's there for you. All right, now I've got my oven preheating. I'm going to place this in there between 35 to 45 minutes. It all depends on your oven. Start checking at that 35-minute mark. Grab you a toothpick or a skewer or a fork. Put it into the center of where the cake batter is. Pull it out. If it's nice and clean or it has a crumb or two on it, then it's totally fine. Now, if it comes out with a little bit of batter on it, you need to put it back in the oven for a few minutes. We want this nice and golden brown. All right, come back, guys, because I'm going to tell you what. Wait until you see how we make this a strawberry upside down cake. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification. That way you'll always know when my shows are posted. Don't forget, guys, give me a like and comment down below if you're excited for strawberry season. All right, I just pulled this out of the oven. I did the toothpick test through the center a few times and pulled it out, and it was nice and clean. So it kind of gives a little biscuit texture here on the top, which is totally fine. It's nice and golden brown. Now what I want to do is cool this in the pan for about 5-7 minutes or so before we turn this upside down. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So make sure that you pull this pan off of the sheet pan while we're cooling it down. So what you want to do is take your serving platter and place it upside down on your pan, and then you're going to flip it over. Okay, what we're going to do now is remove the pan. Oh, doesn't that look good? Okay, so what we're going to do now, remove that sheet of parchment very carefully. Oh, look at that. Whoop, we got a stuck strawberry. You know I'm going to eat that. There we go. Let's do the spin test. All right, we're going to let this sit and then cool down, and then I'm going to give it a try for you. All right, we're going in. We've cooled it down. Oh, I know. Oh, I cut that one a little big, didn't I?
Must be for me.
He thinks it's for him. There we go. Let's put that on a pretty plate. Okay, that doesn't scream summer, does it? Not at all. Looks delicious. Look at the crumb of that cake. All right, I think it needs a fork. Let me give it a try for you. Oh yeah. It's nice and moist. Those strawberries are so soft. Very juicy and flavorful. You know, they really helped in steaming the cake. You saw how thick that batter was, but it had to be like that. And that way the strawberries could steam through the cake. Oh, that's so delicious. Whose bite is this one here? All right, y'all. Make this summer dessert, strawberry upside down cake. Give me a thumbs up for this one. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification. That way you'll always know when shows like this one here are posted. I'll see you on the next episode. That's very summery.